With the Olympics over, organizers of our own international sporting event, the Toronto Pan American Games, are now looking toward the future. We have just 5 years until it's our turn. So what lessons can be learned from Vancouver? Mark McAllister joining us now with more on that part of the story. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Leslie. Yes, Vancouver certainly had its ups and downs, not just over the last couple of weeks, but for the last few years, a roller coaster ride that Toronto is only now getting onto.
It may not look like much now, but before long, more than 8,000 athletes and coaches will be calling this part of Toronto home.
We have the great advantage here of having a couple of years head start because, in fact, this particular project has already been on the books.
The West Donlands development, just a portion of the overall plans for welcoming half the world to the Pan Am Games in 2015. Organizers from the Toronto and Hamilton area actually made the trip to Vancouver to watch all that was happening there closely.
For us, I think the basic issues are the same as they face: transportation, security, volunteerism, getting venues that work and are ready on time.
It also helps to have government on side. Vancouver had the backing despite going over budget. Toronto has to work with the province along with a number of other municipalities, including Hamilton.
While the Pan Am Games may not carry the same cachet as the Olympics, Toronto 2015 is actually expected to be larger than Vancouver's Winter Games. More athletes, more events, and potentially more problems.
Also some mistakes made. You know, fencing off the biggest icon in Vancouver received a lot of criticism, and you know, those are good lessons.
There are many positives to be passed on as well, including the marketing and business opportunities that can be tied into the event.
And what we've got to learn is when the Pan Am Games are in Toronto, all eyes are going to be on the city. The whole community is going to have to rally around this event.
Selling Toronto to, well, half the world isn't a bad idea either, especially with the culture and diversity this city has to sell, along with the idea of being Canadian.
The Pan Am Games are a great chance to get in front of people in Brazil and Argentina and Mexico and some of the Caribbean nations that are important tourism markets to Toronto and really have a lot of growth potential.
Now, among the benefits that Vancouver will enjoy, of course, are better roads, better transit, things that Toronto will hopefully enjoy as well, including housing. Everything that's going on behind these walls right now is something that will eventually end up looking like this. Once the games are over, a mix of affordable housing and condos will be available for all of Toronto to enjoy, or at least at this point. Leslie, that is the hope. Back to you.